Picture this. You're juggling emails, errands, and a sprinkle of existential dread. When a jade green swirl lands in your mug, you sip, the inbox haze clears, and suddenly, you're the conductor of a crisp mental orchestra. Sounds like influencer hype. Not today. I dove into 3 peer-reviewed studies that put matcha under a scientific microscope, measuring everything from reaction time, nanoseconds, to the bad guy aldehydes hiding in your oven fresh cakes. We're talking ceremonial powder, culinary powder, and even decaffeinated catechin capsule. Because life after 50 deserves a memory buff too. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how many grams to whisk, how many teaspoons to fold into batter, and why L-theanine might be the chill bodyguard your caffeine has always needed. Hold on, if you're about to skip ahead, this next part is the game changer. I'm going to show you the most important part of this video. A research from Wageningen University tested several participants for cognitive attention, information processing, working memory, and episodic memory after matcha consumption. Researchers gave them either 4 grams whisked into 200 milliliters of 75-degree water, or the exact same dose baked into a fruit cereal bar. 60 minutes later, fingertips danced through spatial working memory tasks and rapid visual cues. The drink group shaved 41 milliseconds off reaction time compared with a spinach-colored placebo, while attention scores climbed 15%. The bar helped, but not as much. It tells us that carbohydrates slow down bioactive molecules' metabolism. The mood is stable, the mind stays focused, and emotion is under control. But don't close those tabs yet. In 30 seconds, I am comparing bar versus brew bioavailability and showing you how to hack it at home. Here's the kicker. Same powder, different matrix, wildly different speed. Liquids leave the stomach in under 20 minutes, while a fiber-rich bar can linger close to an hour. Catechins like EGCG ride the gastric express only when the gate is open. Do you want the drink to work even faster? Drop the water temperature to 70 degrees and add a squeeze of lemon. Citric acid shields catechins from early gut breakdown and can raise blood levels by roughly 20% in small pilot data. Do you need to cool? Fine. Just pre-whisk in warm water so the powder hydrates, then chill. No clumps, no compromise. Keep your kettle ready, because the next study flips the script and dumps into cake batter at 180 degrees for antioxidant fireworks. University chemists in Shizuoka asked a rebellious question: what if matcha could survive the roasting inferno of a pound cake and still fight oxidative villains? They folded 12 grams of culinary matcha per 120 grams of flour, about 2 heat tablespoons, then baked at 180 degrees for 40 minutes. Parallel plain cakes served as controls. Post-baked, slices were blitzed, derivatized with DNPH, and run through HPLC. The matcha cakes showed 84% less melandialdehyde and 83% less the aldehydes linked to inflammation and cardiovascular mischief. Don't preheat yet. After the break, I will share how to tweak your own recipe without turning your sponge forest green. Nobody wants shred cake at grandma's tea. Here is the balance. Swap just 4% of flour for matcha to cut acrolein by a still respectable 40%, barely altering crumb hue. Pair with citrus zest. Orange oils mask earthiness while sharpening those jade notes. Use aluminum-free baking powder. Trace metals can darken chlorophyll. Bonus hack: sprinkle matcha on the cooling rack instead of in the batter to create a thin antioxidant crust that intercepts lipid vapors. And remember, heat stable doesn't mean immortal. Store powder in an opaque jar, freeze for long stints, and toss after 12 months. Stay tuned, because our final study reveals a decaf pathway to better memory, perfect for the caffeine-sensitive clan. Kyushu researchers recruited 10 young women and 10 women aged 50 to 63. Each swallowed 6 capsules over 24 hours, totaling 5.4 grams of sunfenin, 90D, with caffeine trimmed down to 50 milligrams tops. Next morning, the older group's reading span accuracy spiked to 23%, whereas the elastic minds of the 20s crowd barely budged. Oxidative blood markers stayed neutral. hinting the cognitive lift stemmed from cerebral signaling rather than antioxidant mop-up. Translation: catechins work even without the caffeine kick, and the aging brain may be the bigger beneficiary. Hang in, because I am about to weave all 3 studies into a daily routine you can adopt before the video clock hits 9 minutes. Morning meeting looming. Whisk 4 grams matcha with 200 milliliters of 75-degree water 30 minutes beforehand. Sub in 1 tablespoon matcha per 250 grams flour when baking muffins. No time to bake, dust it on. Greek yogurt for a carbonyl shield. Over 50 or caffeine sensitive. Try 400 to 500 milligrams catecapsules split across meals. Look for at least 45% PF bioactive compound and no more than 10 milligrams caffeine per pill. Hydrate, because polyphenols hitchhike on plasma volume. Pair with a vitamin C-rich fruit to boost absorption. Do you want to know something unique? Stick with me for a rapid-fire myth bust that will leave your neurons smiling. Myth 1. Matcha is just pricey green tea. Nope, it is not. But it is a shade-grown leaves, which make triple healthy, and stone milling process keeps the fiber that classical sensei tosses. Myth 2. Heat kills all antioxidants. No, it is not. The catechin scaffold survived 180 degrees Celsius and still neutralized 80% of the most toxic lipid oxidation products. Myth 3. Caffeine in matcha causes to focus. It is true, but older brains improved on decaf catechins, proving a caffeine-independent mechanism. So here's your triple threat takeaway. Drink it, bake it, or cap it. Matcha's catechins are versatile, brain-savvy, toxin-trapping ninjas. If you learned something, hit subscribe, paddle whisk that like button, and share this with a friend who still thinks a neon energy drink is cognitive nutrition. Until next time, Dr. Sigmarov here.